Every day we're bombarded with sensationalist science. You guys have probably all seen this thing. It has like a billion views. This one here is 542,000 views. Study shows ants beat humans at collective intelligence. This is the decline of science and the downfall of civilization because we're funding all this scientific research, and the research itself is great, okay? It's very interesting research when you actually read the data. The headlines and summaries that we're getting from the science community and the news media are totally inaccurate and a total misrepresentation of the actual data. This kind of sensationalist junk is destroying science. And common sense is actually better than science today because of all this sensationalism. And the sensationalism is unnecessary. That's the worst part about it because the actual data in this research is very interesting and useful. And I challenge you, send this video to the researchers themselves, okay? Send this video to the researchers, and I bet you they're going to agree with me. I bet you 90% chance the researchers are going to agree with everything I say in this video, okay? So first of all, in this study, they had groups of people who could not communicate and groups of people who could communicate. And no surprise, the ants did better than the people who could not communicate. Now, to come to the conclusion that ants are collectively more intelligent based on that is ridiculous. Of course, ants are smarter than groups of people who can't communicate. They were masked and weren't allowed to talk, right? So, no surprise there, okay? There's also other restrictions, like they have to use like two-dimensional problem solving. They can't lift the block up or anything like that. But anyways, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so no surprise about that. Now, the group of humans who could communicate, they did outperform the ants in terms of success rate. In terms of speed, the ants were actually quicker. Now, that's really interesting stuff. There's no reason to lie and sensationalize. You could just say ants can solve problems more quickly than humans in large groups in some cases, right? That's a really interesting and shocking headline, I think. Humans collectively build skyscrapers, we build rockets. How could this little ant who just makes this lump of dirt outperform humans at anything, right? How can they be faster even, right? That's really interesting. And their success rate is pretty close to the humans who could communicate as well. That's also really shocking. So we could make a perfectly good headline here. And this is what I said, and the AI even agrees with me. This is a much more accurate representation of the study. Ants provide a worthy competitor to humans at some collective tasks. That's really interesting and really accurate. We don't have to choose between interesting and accurate. This is very neat research. Humans excel at slow, deep thinking. That's what makes humans really great inventors and thinkers. But when it comes to speed, a lot of animals can outperform humans at many tasks. I think even a rabbit can. I had a pet rabbit for a while, so I can tell you, when it comes to navigating quickly, I think a rabbit can beat a human. All right. Now, humans are obviously much more accurate at navigation. We have GPS, we can go anywhere in the world with pinpoint accuracy, right? But if it's fast navigation, like if you have to find your way back to your rabbit hole in 6 seconds or less, I think the rabbit would beat the human. Speed is really important in nature. And yeah, so that's kind of a summary of how modern science is becoming so stupid. The communication to the public is all that matters. The whole reason we're doing this research is so the public can become smarter, right? Like, this is why we do this research. It's to make people more well-informed and have a better understanding of nature and reality. But if people are becoming less well-informed and dumber than if they were just to use basic common sense, how is science useful, right? And again, I challenge you, send this video to the researchers themselves and ask them which is a more accurate headline. Okay, what do you think? Do you think science is declining? Do you think it's the science media that's destroying everything? Or, I think it's a real tragedy because, like I said, they did all this good and interesting research, and then it's completely ruined by this sensationalism and total misrepresentation of the actual data.